Well, I hope you have me. My programming doesn't look like you have me. I look like I'm in black. You got me? Okay. Excuse me, folks. I apologize for the technical difficulties here. Tonight on Stinchfield, I'm Grant Stinchfield. I want to tell you about what is happening on the ground in Fulton County, Georgia. Yes, as we speak tonight, FBI agents are in Fulton County, Georgia, as they raid the elections office there. We suspect this goes back to the stolen election of 2020. So over 5 years later now, we may finally be getting some action when it comes to figuring out how they stole it, who stole it, and hopefully we get retribution for all of this. But remember, 5+ years have passed. They have had a long time to cover up these crimes. Now, this is how Fulton County commissioners are reacting to the FBI raid tonight. This is leftist Dana Barrett.
We went around Fulton County the last few weeks, and we see that people are currently registered to vote in places like empty lots, homeless shelters that closed 10 years ago. What would you do if you become Secretary of State to address that?
I'm not going to reply to conspiracy theories.
It's not conspiracy. It's a current. You can currently go on the voter rolls, purchase them for $45, and go there with us. We will gladly take you if you want to go to.
I appreciate what you're saying. I'm not going to respond to conspiracy theories.
There's no conspiracy theories. They shut the place down on election night. Do you remember? I was one of the first to report, and President Trump played our video of them pulling ballots out from underneath tables in Fulton County, Georgia. It was an absolute disgrace. Who can forget this video? I have never to this day been given legitimate answers as to what was going on there. I've never been given legitimate answers as to what was going on with the machines, with who's counting, what looked like people running double ballots through. Maybe finally we may get some answers. I want to bring in now to the program Georgia State Election Board Vice Chair. She is on the ground at what I am calling a crime scene, even 5 years later. Dr. Janice Johnston is with us. Dr. Johnston, it's great to have you on the program.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
All right. We're glad to have you on the Georgia State Election Board. A lot of controversy there with the support you're getting or lack of from the state, governor, secretary of state. But you're in Fulton County. The FBI is there. What do you make of what is going on today, Doctor?
Well, we received word around, I guess around 1 o'clock. I was actually on my way back from Tennessee after visiting family, and I received a phone call and said, do you know what's going on? And apparently the FBI had arrived at Fulton County election warehouse here in South Fulton County, and they've been here all afternoon, and it appears that they're loading up 3 tractor-trailer trucks of election documents and boxes of materials, election materials. So, and as I understand, I think Tulsi Gabbard is here right now. But this is the end of 5 years of trying to get the election documents to answer questions about serious allegations concerning the 2020 election. Our challenge with the state election board is we could not get the documents to prove one way or another that the vote counts and the ballot numbers were correct for the 2020 election. And in fact, we subpoenaed these materials over a year ago, and we've been battling to just get access to the materials to actually complete a couple of serious allegation and investigations.
Well, Dr. Johnson, I believe the FBI also subpoenaed documents, and the Fulton County Election Board has been basically silent in giving your state board documents and giving the FBI documents. So I would assume this is Pam Bondi and Kash Patel's FBI coming in. Obviously, Tulsi Gabbard plays a big role in President Trump's intelligence gathering in his administration. What do you hope happens now with all of this?
I think we're left, as I've told others over the last several months, that we have no other choice but to load up all 700 boxes of election materials from the 2020 election, take them to a secure place where they can be reviewed, investigated, and documented from the 2020 election.
Yeah. You know, I was, quite frankly, starting to lose faith that anything would happen. This is actually a very big day. I want everybody at home to realize what a big day this is, to see action on the stolen 2020 election. And I do believe it was too big to rig in 2024, but I believe shenanigans were most likely being played in that election as well, Dr. Johnston.
I don't know about 2024. We worked very hard to improve election conduct for 2024, and I think with a tremendous effort of thousands of volunteers being good poll watchers and observers, and also election workers doing their job. I think the 2024 election was better, although I would not say that it's perfect either.
Real quickly, do you think Brad Raffensperger, Secretary of State, who stood in the way of any real investigation, is now maybe shaking in his boots just a little bit?
I don't know about Secretary Raffensperger. All I know is I have worked for 4 years to try to get the documents that the board needed to adequately investigate the 2020 election, and have been met with delay and obfuscation and frustration and the simplest of requests.
Well, hopefully now the good guys will have these documents in their hands. Dr. Janice Johnston, thank you so much for coming on with the Georgia State Elections Board. Keep up the good work there, and thank you for fighting for the truth with all of this.
Well, thank you, and have a good evening.
Absolutely. We will be following this story, folks. In many respects, this is a huge story that this is now finally happening. I do want to turn now to Minneapolis and the video that has the entire internet asking, is this real? Ilhan Omar at a town hall was surprised when an alleged attacker sprayed her out of a liquid out of a syringe. He was positioned just right, and he acted very strange as he approached her. Watch.
Abolishment of the agency. ICE cannot be reformed. It cannot be rehabilitated. We must abolish ICE for good. And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
You see her go after him, which is odd to say the least. This is another angle.
Resign or face impeachment.
Again, I wanted you to watch it twice because the body language of the attacker is off. He has been arrested, third-degree assault, and we did zoom in on her face. She appears to give the attacker a look right before he springs to his feet.
Resign or face impeachment.
You know, I don't know if that tells us anything or not, but the bottom line is the whole thing's fishy. I would like to talk about some attacks that are very real and very dangerous. Attacks on ICE agents and Border Patrol, actual attacks are up 1,000% now. There has been an 8,000% increase in death threats against Border Patrol and ICE agents. Do you want to know why? Because of members of Congress and governors like Seth Moulton.
I don't think that the comparisons with Nazi Germany are extreme, because that's what happened too. That's why ordinary German citizens began to accept the idea that certain members of their community would be singled out, I mean, they have ICE tip lines, would be directly targeted in violation of the laws of the land, and it would be done by agents of the state. But that's what's happening today in Minneapolis.
Well, I can tell you this. That kind of, it's not even rhetoric because they mean it. And so rhetoric's like some outside thing. These people want to dehumanize ICE agents. They want people going out there and literally engaging in violence with them, if not flat out executing them, ambushing them, however it may be. I firmly believe this. I don't think this is rhetoric. I think this is how they feel, and I think this is what they want. All you have to do is look at Soros-installed District Attorney in Philadelphia, Larry Krasner. This is so outrageous.
This is a small bunch of wannabe Nazis. That's what they are. In a country of 350 million, we outnumber them. If we have to hunt you down the way they hunted down Nazis for decades, we will find your identities. We will find you. We will achieve justice.
These people are sick, deranged, violent animals. And those are the elected so-called leaders. They are calling for public executions. I want to bring in now to discuss this Border Security Advisor for the Federation of American Immigration Reform and former Border Patrol agent himself, Art Del Cueto, is back with us. Great friend of this program. Art, welcome.
Arranged individuals indeed. And look, I see that the percentage of death threats going on ICE agents and Border Patrol agents has gone up. I guarantee you, if you looked at my social media and the messages I receive, I'd probably bump that percentage up even more so, because I get him nonstop. I've been getting him for I've been getting him since President Trump's first term in office. That's how deranged these individuals are, and they don't care. But you know what? We need to honestly start paying close attention, because their threats can very much be real. And you've seen it nonstop. They're using students to walk out of schools and make their events. They're sending a lot of individuals out there to protest, but you don't see them. You don't see them out there in the streets. They're not going to put themselves in a position to get arrested, but they'll use everyone else as sheeple and as pawns for their sick game. And we have to take it serious, because something may happen. So all these threats, these individuals need to be investigated, they need to be arrested, and they need to actually face consequences for threatening federal agents.
Art, tell me if any of the messages you get sound like this. Take a listen to this. Cut 15.
You're a fucking fascist pig. You should fucking kill yourself. I hope your wife dies. I hope your mom and dad die. I hope everything wrong that could go in your life happens. I hope you have the most miserable life. I hope you get hit by a bus. I hope you're paralyzed and your wife leaves you and starts getting f***ed by BBCs every day. You are a traitor.
Art, this is the Democrat Party today. This is who they're recruiting. I hope a mother and father recognizes that young goon's voice. I'm not going to even call him man, because he's nothing but he's not even close to being one of those. Do they sound like that, Art?
Grant, I get those in English and Spanish. Unfortunately, you got the Spanish-speaking people that call me every single name in the book as well, because I'm Hispanic. But there's been individuals that have sent me messages that are saying that they don't only curse me and my family, but they curse my entire bloodline. I've had people that have called me and they hope that I get skinned alive, and that my young daughter gets to see me when I'm getting skinned. That's exactly the sick minds of these individuals that keep sending messages to us. And those are the people that are being incited and brainwashed by these leadership, by these politicians that are out there each and every day. It's not just in Minnesota. It's across the entire country. They continue to send messages. I talked about it, here in Arizona, in Tucson. The mayor of Tucson came out to a rally and was very vocal and told their people, we shall not comply, we shall not obey. Those are very, very significant words that they send out to individuals. And like I said, you're dealing with individuals that can easily be brainwashed, and they're deranged. You don't have no idea what they're capable of, and they're not being taken serious enough.
You know what? I'll say this. I'm worried for all of you, Art, even the retired guys. I'm worried for the guys and gals on the line working the streets. And you know who else I'm worried for? I'm worried for President Trump as well. I think this violent rhetoric, not since the campaign have I seen it at this point.
Right.
I worry about President Trump, and I hope, Art, I'm sure you back me up on this, I hope the Secret Service is taking this as serious as I'm taking it, because we all better pray for President Trump and all of the ICE agents and Border Patrol agents and law enforcement out there today. Art, I give you the last word.
Thank you. Look, I agree with you 100%. We continue to see individuals get arrested for a lot of the issues that are happening, not just the attacks, the physical attacks, but for some of these threats that they're making. But we need to see real consequences. The arrests are not enough. They need to be prosecuted. That's what we're looking for. We need to have some prosecutions out of all this that's happening.
Yeah, they sure do. Art Del Cueto, be safe out there. Thank you. And I'll leave you a nice phone message later just so I balance them out a little bit for you. All right, my friend?
Thank you, Grant. They're always welcome.
You got it, my man. So we call them deranged lunatics. They're loony. They're animals. This is why we call them loony goons. They're also well-funded. I believe Alex Pretti, the so-called nurse that was killed resisting ICE agents after he spent days and days and days basically impeding ICE agents, getting in the way of ICE agents, and, of course, resisting arrest. I don't want to see anybody die, but he never needed to be in this position in the first place. Well, 11 days ago, he was engaging in the same kind of crazy behavior. This video has now surfaced of Alex Pretti. Look.
This is a moment the news filmed on January 13th in Minneapolis, showing a man who appears to be Alex Pretti interacting with federal immigration agents 11 days before Border Patrol shot and killed him. Our footage was by the BBC, whose facial recognition technology confirmed his identity to a 97% degree of accuracy.
Now, you know, I look at that and I see a criminal. But the left will look at him and again call him a hero for that kind of behavior. This is how far apart our country is. To the loony goons that were arrested at Maple Grove, just outside Minneapolis at that hotel, you want to know who these people are? Check this out. This is Justin Neil Shelton. He's got a rap sheet. He pled guilty to beating and robbing a pregnant woman while stealing her car, okay? He was outside the hotel. Abraham Coleman is the next dude on the hit parade. Since 2003, he's had multiple theft and vandalism charges. He was arrested outside the hotel for damage to property. And then you get one of the real special ones. This is Josephine J. Gilbray. She appears to be a professional activist. She was arrested outside of the hotel, but she appears to be everywhere. No matter what protest, she's there, including interrupting a Senate hearing, claiming that the United States is engaged in genocide in Gaza.
There's a genocide! There's a genocide! Stop!
We're all complicit in genocide!
We're complicit in a genocide!
So, who is she? Who's funding all of these people? I want to bring in now counterintelligence expert and CEO of Black Ops Partners, Casey Fleming, is with us. Casey, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Casey, I was so impressed. You've done so much research on this topic. You're now tying these groups from not just Minneapolis, but the Antifa rioters we saw months ago. And you say the Chinese Communist Party could be behind this, and other billionaires. Tell me what you found.
Well, the Chinese Communist Party is definitely behind it. There's a bigger plan here. Minneapolis is just a flashpoint. There are many other flashpoints across the horizon, and different methods and different subjects. It's all part of what's called unrestricted war. The Chinese Communist Party has been at it for many, many years on the United States, the rest of the free world, and what you're seeing is a maturation of these efforts. Football analogy, it's 2 minutes left in the game, no timeouts left. And that's the reason I wrote a book, came out last week, and it's number one on Amazon for a reason. It connects all the dots here. CCP is completely behind it. Same with Neville Roy Singham. He's an American billionaire that made all of his money with the CCP and China. And he's also created Marxist organizations inside the United States to destabilize the United States. The other character is George Soros, and then you have several NGOs using taxpayer money.
One second. George Soros, we know. The NGOs, we've talked a lot about. This Neville Singham's a new name to me. Roll the clip of Anna Paulina Luna. She wants Congress to start investigating this billionaire. Roll this.
Actually had made the motion to send a subpoena. It was passed bipartisan from House Oversight for Neville Singham for his refusal to come before Congress and accept receipt of our invitation to talk about the funding that he's been launching against the American people that are largely contributing to some of these violent protests. But to be clear, Jesse, this is only benefiting China. Neville Singham has been funding these communist and socialist groups.
So you've got backing on this. What needs to happen so we get to the bottom of this? I mean, money is power. In many respects, the Supreme Court has said money is speech, but you can't fund the impedance of law enforcement operations. Casey?
Well, the only answer is for the American people to become informed on really what's going on, what's the bigger story, and to take action. And action means we unite, and then we take action together to change this whole landscape. A lot of our government is compromised. Our mainstream media, you're only hearing the propaganda and the narrative that they want you to hear. So all of this is part of the master plan to take over America. I know that's a lot to take, but you're seeing it. The problem is everything that I've said to people for years and have advised government, military, Fortune 500, Global 1000 has come to be true. And so that's the reason I wrote this book, to get it out in front of the American people. One thing they can do, by the way, it's an expose and a survival guide. Number one, stop buying Chinese products and services. Stop doing business with people that are with companies investing in China. And you're voting every single day, many times, with your wallet. And then put people in office that are going to fix this problem and not be taking CCP money in their reelection campaigns.
I could tell you all that is great advice. You're speaking our language here, Stinchfield's Army language. We've been talking about much of this for years as well. I got to get you back on. It's been a very busy news night tonight, and I got to get you back on because we could go real in depth in this. Again, check out Casey's book, Red Tsunami. Casey Fleming, thank you for coming on the program.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I want to turn now to defending America from futuristic threats. Real America's Voice is about to give you an exclusive access to one of the men tasked with planning and executing American defense systems from space. David Zier talked to that general that I'm talking about. David has the story you will see only on RAV. David.
Hello, Grant. We are here at SpaceCom in Orlando, Florida, at the Orange County Convention Center, with private industry displaying their wares, and in a lot of cases, cooperation with the military as we face new threats in outer space here. I had the great opportunity to sit down with the commander of U.S. Space Command, 4-star General Stephen Whiting, who works directly under Pete Hegseth, Secretary of War. And there's so many threats coming from space here. We talked about cyber attacks, jabbing, kinetic and non-kinetic attacks against our satellites in low and higher orbits here, ASATs, anti-satellite missiles in the hands of the enemy, and the munitions that can be shot from hunter-killer satellites, even in some cases employing robot arms to rip apart satellites in space. And these are real threats, and possibly WMDs, maybe a nuclear weapon. Reports are that Russia may have that in their possession here. So I want to give you a little snippet from our interview. We sat down with General Stephen Whiting.
There are reports that the Russians may have a WMD deployable in space. we've seen those reports over the last 2 years or so of potentially putting a nuclear weapon on orbit. And, that has been something that was outlawed by the Outer Space Treaty. And so we're very concerned about that. Yes, there's an international law aspect, but we're concerned about it because of how irresponsible such an action would be. It would hold at risk every country's satellite systems, the United States, China, Europe, Japan, even Russia's own satellite systems. So, our goal is to make sure we see that does not happen.
Yes, Grant, these are real-time threats. You'll be able to catch the full interview tomorrow, I believe, on AVL and on Breaking Point Saturday morning at 8 a.m.
Well, we look forward to that, David. Thank you so much. All right, H-1B visa fraudsters are now being put on notice in Texas. Governor Greg Abbott taking action. We have an update next.
This holiday season, Real America's Voice is proud to partner with our friends at Angel Studios for a special giveaway you won't want to miss. As they launch season 2 of their hit series Homestead, we're giving you the chance to win an exclusive Homestead hat absolutely free. Everyone who becomes an Angel Guild member using our link is automatically entered to the contest. When you join, you're supporting meaningful pro-American storytelling, and you're supporting RAV at the same time. Scan the QR code on your screen right now, or text the word RAVAngel to 75802. After you scan or text, make sure you follow the steps provided. When you complete the steps and join the Angel Guild, you'll be automatically entered to win that exclusive Homestead hat, a perfect holiday gift for yourself or someone you love.
Be one of the first 50 people to sign up and win a hat automatically. Hurry while there's still time.
So scan that QR code or text RAVAngel to 75802. Happy holidays from all of us at RAV.
Patriots, it's time to gear up. Real America's Voice has an entire lineup of merch made just for you.
We got some RAV fans out here.
We watch you every day.
From mugs that start your morning strong to hoodies, hats, t-shirts, pants, vests, flags, and so much more.
Yeah, I noticed it. I mean, that caught my eye big time.
Every piece lets you wear your pride loud and clear. This isn't just merch, it's a movement. When you shop RAV, you're showing the world you're proud to be part of the Real America's Voice family.
God bless Real America's Voice.
So don't wait. Scan the QR code right now or visit realamericasvoice.launchcart.store to shop today.
Thank you, Real America's Voice, for doing true journalism.
Stand tall, be bold, be proud. Represent your voice with Real America's Voice.
It's good to have a real news network out there, so I'm a big fan.
Use code RAVSWAG10 for 10% off.
Real America's Voice rocks.
I'm Terry from New Jersey, and I just want to say that I love Real America's Voice. I love you guys. Keep up the good work.
My name is Phoebe, and I live in Florida. I love Real America's Voice. They truly speak for the people, and that's what real patriotism is all about.
This is Diane from Rhode Island. Why do I love Real America's Voice? Because they deliver us facts from hosts who love America and love God. What's not to like?
Welcome back, everyone. I've been warning you about the H-1B visa program. It is ripe with fraud all across the country. This is when businesses import labor to America. Not something we really want to be importing to America. We got plenty of people who could take American jobs. We profiled it here when Kayleigh Campbell exposed massive amounts of what she and others believe to be fraudulent activity from the H-1B visa program. Now Governor Greg Abbott is taking action saying, hey, if you're a state agency, a state university, you cannot. There is a moratorium on hiring anyone through an H-1B visa program. This was Kayleigh on Stinchfield, cut 3.
What I found is many different IT companies, tech companies,
Most of them seem to be allegedly remote working, maybe registered to a house or maybe registered connected to another business in a different area. But it's a lot of dead ends and it's a lot of pieces that you have to fit together where you're trying to figure out who owns what business, where it's actually originating from, and trying to figure out, I mean, even if you can get into contact with them, if you wanted to present yourself as a client, maybe.
All right. I believe it was Kaylee's work, certainly, that spurred us to cover that aspect, and ultimately spurred my friend Sarah Gonzalez. She's been on this program before. I've been on her program over on The Blaze, to go conduct her own investigation. Cut 2.
On the surface, you arrive at it's a nice office building, looks legit, a lot of other businesses there. And there it is, Suite 137. Initially, you think, oh, maybe this is actually checking out. Maybe he's telling the truth, until you look in the window and see that it's just a couple of fold-out tables and a single chair. Pretty cramped working quarters for 12 H-1B workers.
12 H-1B visa workers. So between Kaylee, between Stinchfield covering it on this program, between Sarah Gonzalez, I believe that had an effect of having Governor Greg Abbott take some action on this. But there's a gentleman who's been sounding the alarm for a long time on this. He's the former Tarrant County GOP chair. That's the county that houses Fort Worth, Texas. He is now a candidate for the Texas Railroad Commission, which is a big deal here. That's about oil, not railroads, for all of you around the country. His name is Beau French. He's a good friend of mine. I want to welcome him to the program. Beau, welcome.
Grant, great to see you. Thanks for having me on.
Beau, you and I have been talking about H-1B. We've been talking about the Muslim invasion for a long time. I know you're running, this is a very big office you're running for in Texas. Your thoughts on Governor Abbott now putting a moratorium on this after we find out that Texas A&M was one of the worst offenders of this?
Yeah, look, I mean, there's been some great reporting as you've done also. And I mean, this is just a huge problem, right? I mean, when foreigners are coming in and taking jobs from Americans, despite the fraud we've seen in Minnesota, it's taking jobs from Americans. And so it's hurting Americans, it's hurting Texans. And, I commend Governor Abbott for taking his actions today.
I've said for a long time that Texas has to take the lead. As goes Texas, as goes America. But I'll tell you, the more and more I dig into some of the inner workings of state government here in the state that I love, Beau, we got some real issues. These H-1Bs have run rampant. We had DEI in universities here as well. Your thoughts on how we get Texas under control?
Yeah, I mean, it starts at the federal government, obviously. I mean, we have to, from the federal government, from my perspective, I keep saying we need to deport 100 million people, but I'm including, 50 million illegal aliens, and we need to revoke, the vast majority of these foreign visas, which is, roughly 55 million. So, look, America is for Americans. And if we can get back to being, focused on Americans, which is kind of what Donald Trump's America First agenda is, I think we can get there. But look, from the state perspective, we should be putting in place legislation right away that prevents, at a minimum, our tax dollars from going to paying for any of these foreign workers. We really need to raise the bar, the barrier to entry, if you will, on corporations that are hiring foreigners. I mean, this is a problem. This priority, like I call them, the line go up people, because as long as the line is going up, they're for it. These politicians, and really, we have to look at policies. Is this good for America? Is this good for Texas? Is this good for our culture? And a lot of these decisions, if they're based purely on economics, aren't always best for all of Americans and aren't best for our culture. And so my whole position has been pretty consistent here, and that is let's focus on America, let's focus on Americans, and let's do what's best for our people.
It's interesting because the left is talking about ICE agents as slave patrols. But honestly, you could make an argument that some of these H-1B workers here in the United States are actually nearly slave labor, working for nothing. I don't think they were importing these workers because they couldn't find Americans. I think companies were saying, hey, this is a cheaper way to do it. That's what needs to change. We need to put Americans back at work. Beau, I'll give you the last word here.
Yeah, there's no question that when they're bringing people in from foreign countries because they supposedly have some skill that an American doesn't have. I mean, first of all, I don't buy that, or that they have some degree that American doesn't have. I don't buy that either. I mean, they've already uncovered the massive fake document mills over in India where they're giving these people fake diplomas and things like that. So it's really just about bringing in cheap labor, and we need to start punishing employers, frankly, which Republicans have not been very comfortable with, but I'm calling for it. We got to start punishing employers for hiring and prioritizing foreigners over Americans.
That stops the behavior on so many levels, and I think it's a great idea. Beau French, the website is beaufrench.com. He's running for Texas Railroad Commission. As I said, a very powerful commission here in the state of Texas. Thank you for coming on, my friend. Good to see you.
Great to see you, Grant. Thank you.
Absolutely. Again, beaufrench.com. All right, folks, listen up. A new year means new financial goals, like making sure your savings are secure and diversified. It's time to talk to someone from Birch Gold Group. There are forces pushing the dollar lower and gold higher, which is why they believe every American should own physical gold. So until January 30th, if you're a first-time gold buyer, Birch Gold is offering a rebate of up to $10,000 on qualifying purchases. To claim eligibility and start the process, just text America to the number 989898. Birch Gold can help you roll an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold, and you're still eligible for a rebate of up to $10,000. Text America to the number 989898. Claim your eligibility today. All right. Did the alleged J6 pipe bomber, Brian Cole, actually commit the crime? Our Secretary of Retribution, Ivan Raiklin, is back. There was a hearing today on Brian Cole. We'll talk about that. Stick with me.
This holiday season, Real America's Voice is proud to partner with our friends at Angel Studios for a special giveaway you won't want to miss. As they launch season 2 of their hit series Homestead, we're giving you the chance to win an exclusive Homestead hat absolutely free. Everyone who becomes an Angel Guild member using our link is automatically entered to the contest. When you join, you're supporting meaningful pro-American storytelling, and you're supporting RAV at the same time. Scan the QR code on your screen right now, or text the word RAVAngel to 75802. After you scan or text, make sure you follow the steps provided. When you complete the steps and join the Angel Guild, you'll be automatically entered to win that exclusive Homestead hat, a perfect holiday gift for yourself or someone you love.
Be one of the first 50 people to sign up and win a hat automatically. Hurry while there's still time.
So scan that QR code or text RAVAngel to 75802. Happy holidays from all of us at RAV.
Patriots, it's time to gear up. Real America's Voice has an entire lineup of merch made just for you.
We got some RAV fans out here.
We watch you every day.
From mugs that start your morning strong to hoodies, hats, t-shirts, pants, vests, flags, and so much more.
Yeah, I noticed it. I mean, that caught my eye big time.
Every piece lets you wear your pride loud and clear. This isn't just merch, it's a movement. When you shop RAV, you're showing the world you're proud to be part of the Real America's Voice family.
God bless Real America's Voice.
So don't wait. Scan the QR code right now or visit realamericasvoice.launchcart.store to shop today.
Thank you, Real America's Voice, for doing true journalism.
Stand tall, be bold, be proud. Represent your voice with Real America's Voice.
It's good to have a real news network out there, so I'm a big fan.
Use code RAVSWAG10 for 10% off.
Real America's Voice rocks.
I'm Terry from New Jersey, and I just want to say that I love Real America's Voice. I love you guys. Keep up the good work.
My name is Phoebe, and I live in Florida. I love Real America's Voice. They truly speak for the people, and that's what real patriotism is all about.
This is Diane from Rhode Island. Why do I love Real America's Voice? Because they deliver us facts from hosts who love America and love God. What's not to like?
Welcome back, everyone. The alleged J6 pipe bomber, Brian Cole, was back in court today. He was to be set free during trial. Our Secretary of Retribution has been following this case. You know, I'm talking about former Green Beret and constitutional attorney. He is Lieutenant Colonel retired Ivan Raiklin is back. Mr. Secretary, great to have you back on.
Always great to be back, Grant.
All right. What happened today? Where's your head at?
Yeah, so it was a status hearing and a detention determination hearing. Essentially, we're at the moment where they're scheduling kind of future hearings. What essentially transpired in the first administrative component of the hearing was that they're going to schedule something for February 27th at 10:30 a.m., which is a status hearing in order to lay out how the potential trial is going to take place. After that, I think the meat and potatoes of the hearing, which probably lasted another 45 minutes after that, was determining whether or not to continue to detain Brian Cole Jr. So the defense team, which consists of 5 lawyers, interesting how he can afford that, but that's besides the point. And Jocelyn Valentine, the prosecution, she actually didn't speak other than about 10 minutes with the defense legal team before the hearing started. I couldn't quite hear what they were discussing, but they had a pretty heated exchange. And then the attorney that is actually representing the government, the individual's name is Charles Robert Jones. But Jocelyn Valentine was sitting there as well. And while the judge didn't make a decision on whether or not they're going to continue to detain or not, they did discuss quite a few kind of nuanced arguments on both sides.
Let me just explain this to everybody at home. They may remember Jocelyn Valentine is one of Pam Bondi's deputies that was instrumental in going after J6, trying to get J6ers to lie and convict other J6ers, go after President Trump. And she is now the lead prosecutor on this pipe bomber case. I guess to get to the heart of it, because we really only have about 4 or 5 minutes, Colonel, is this guy guilty? Do they have the right man? Did anything come out today that lead your suspicions about what's actually at play here?
What the government has presented in terms of its evidence to prove guilt for this individual, no jury of any political stripe would convict this gentleman right now. And that doesn't even mention that Jocelyn Valentine, like you said, she went after General Flynn to kind of trap him. They went after coercing Jeremy Bertino, a Proud Boy, in order to convict the rest of the Proud Boys and basically compel false testimony. I'll say this. If it is this kid, Brian Cole Jr., then this government has a lot more explaining to do because they use evidence of him purchasing items in preparation to create the bomb going back to 2018. And they claim that he was disgruntled about the 2020 election. So he had the foresight to put together all this bomb-making material 2 years in advance, actually more than 2 years in advance. And the gate analysis, I mean, aside from what the Blaze published, this individual that you're showing in the video that was published on January 5th and 6th doesn't comport with what we've seen all the video to show the gait and the walk and the demeanor of Brian Cole Jr. Now, one thing I will say is this. The biggest thing for me indicating that it's not him is when I speak with the family, when I speak with everybody in his ecosystem. Bottom line for me is if you avoid speaking to me, the Secretary of Retribution, chances are you're guilty. But those people that have the courage to communicate with me without a care, that means you have nothing to hide. His mother came up to me and said, thank you for showing up. His father came up to me and thanked me for showing up. And they're not the most conservative family as far as I understand.
Yeah. So how do they find him? If he's just a patsy for the government, that would mean that the government is hiding something else. Do you have a suspicion on that? I mean, look, it's no secret that even on this program, we speculated that there may have been government involvement in that placing of that bomb, just as there was government involvement we know on January 6th. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I did. One of the components of the hearing is one of the attorneys for the defense came up and said, as part of our discovery, we're trying to obtain U.S. Capitol Police information. And when he said that, I'm thinking to myself, ooh, I know a little bit about that myself. So I approached the legal team and said, hey, I've been investigating January 6th, particularly the legislative branch's role in the Fedsurrection, the totality of it, to include the pipe bomb component of it. So if you need any assistance of mine, I'd be happy to provide it. Because here's the problem. A court cannot pierce the veil of secrecy of the legislative branch through Brady discovery. And so while they understand that, they think that these lawyers think that they can still obtain it, even though the Republican and Democrat previous and current speaker have tried to block all that from being released, even though Tom Fitton of Judicial Watch has attempted on numerous occasions to obtain that information. So we're going to have to come up with some novel ideas and ways to maybe create some political pressure to obtain that information. Because once we pierce the general counsel of the U.S. Capitol Police, everything else collapses, and I think we'll see the full truth of January 6th and the Pelosi-led Fedsurrection.
All right. Well, I know you're on it for us. Real quick, if you can, guys, roll the video. This is AI, by the way. Well, first off, that's the standoff between you and Metropolitan Police Officer Fanone. Do you have the AI?
Yeah, that's real right there.
Oh, you don't have it. Okay. Well, you were thinking that maybe you could be an undercard, you and Fanone at the,
I think the main event,
MMA
actually,
fight.
Grant, at this point.
Well, it could be, except I'm thinking you do this at the White House when they're going to have the MMA fights at the White House. You could be an undercard. It would be great.
Absolutely. I mean, if anybody that's listening in knows Dana White and has direct communications with him, I would be happy and honored to represent the United States patriots, the truth, facts over what Fanone represents, the lies, the Fedsurrectionist narrative. And let's sort it out in the ring, or I should say the octagon. There's no scientific way that he can be. Call it.
Well, it would be great. I don't know. Maybe I could come running in with a folding chair or something like that at the end. It'd be fabulous. Colonel
One
Raiklen,
last
it's
thing
great having
is
you on
I'm
the
suing him for defamation, by the way, and he didn't retract it as of 5 p.m. today. So I'll be suing him along with every publication that spewed the lies of accusing me of threatening his family and his children.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
That was outrageous. Colonel, it's great having you on. Thank you. Absolutely. All right, folks. The U.S. is leaving behind the globalists at the World Health Organization. We are officially out. We get into it with the great Dr. Peter McCullough next.
This holiday season, Real America's Voice is proud to partner with our friends at Angel Studios for a special giveaway you won't want to miss. As they launch season 2 of their hit series Homestead, we're giving you the chance to win an exclusive Homestead hat absolutely free. Everyone who becomes an Angel Guild member using our link is automatically entered to the contest. When you join, you're supporting meaningful pro-American storytelling, and you're supporting RAV at the same time. Scan the QR code on your screen right now, or text the word RAVAngel to 75802. After you scan or text, make sure you follow the steps provided. When you complete the steps and join the Angel Guild, you'll be automatically entered to win that exclusive Homestead hat, a perfect holiday gift for yourself or someone you love.
Be one of the first 50 people to sign up and win a hat automatically. Hurry while there's still time.
So scan that QR code or text RAVAngel to 75802. Happy holidays from all of us at RAV.
Patriots, it's time to gear up. Real America's Voice has an entire lineup of merch made just for you.
We got some RAV fans out here.
We watch you every day.
From mugs that start your morning strong to hoodies, hats, t-shirts, pants, vests, flags, and so much more.
Yeah, I noticed it. I mean, that caught my eye big time.
Every piece lets you wear your pride loud and clear. This isn't just merch, it's a movement. When you shop RAV, you're showing the world you're proud to be part of the Real America's Voice family.
God bless Real America's Voice.
So don't wait. Scan the QR code right now or visit realamericasvoice.launchcart.store to shop today.
Thank you, Real America's Voice, for doing true journalism.
Stand tall, be bold, be proud. Represent your voice with Real America's Voice.
It's good to have a real news network out there, so I'm a big fan.
Use code RAVSWAG10 for 10% off.
Real America's Voice rocks.
I'm Terry from New Jersey, And I just want to say that I love Real America's Voice. I love you guys. Keep up the good work.
My name is Phoebe, and I live in Florida. I love Real America's Voice. They truly speak for the people, and that's what real patriotism is all about.
This is Diane from Rhode Island. Why do I love Real America's Voice? Because they deliver us facts from hosts who love America and love God. What's not to like?
Welcome back, everyone. Big news to tell you about. The U.S. is officially out of the World Health Organization. It is an elitist group run by globalists that wanted nothing more than take away American sovereignty and decide what's best for this country rather than letting us and our experts decide what's best for us. Well, someone who has been calling out the World Health Organization for a long time is world-renowned doctor and chief scientific officer over at the wellness company. Of course, I'm talking about Dr. Peter McCullough. Doc, it's great to have you back on.
Thank you.
All right. What do you make of this news?
You know, this is the capitulation of a promise. Trump wrote an executive order on this. In 2024, there were worldwide protests against the WHO, international health regulations, and the Pandemic Treaty Alliance. Trump said none of this. We're pulling out. Now, a year later, it's finally on the books. The United States pulls out of the WHO. Remember, they were not helping us at all. It was literally money going from the United States elsewhere in the world. We were 20% of their budget. They were wrong on COVID-19. They've been wrong on so many aspects of public health. I say good riddance.
What happens to the WHO? Without 20% of a budget, that's got to be a huge financial hit.
You know, they'll reduce programs, Grant, but, you know, this became so large, they wanted control over public health the entire world. They were building a biosecurity center in Germany to kind of track everyone. So I think they're going to trim. It's still a huge organization. They'll still have their objectives, and they can do it without us.
Yeah. One of the things they were so instrumental in was censorship. Censorship of you. We talk about the wellness company and how hard it is, it's still at times, to advertise on some of these social media platforms. The World Economic Forum, same thing. The WEF is somewhat capitulated as well, at least maybe softly retreating from this globalist agenda. Do you think we're on the right track now, Doc?
We are. I think Trump and so many Americans came to the World Economic Forum, in a sense, blew them up. You know, WEF and WHO are closely aligned. We have a situation where the WHO has declared that a great threat to public health is misinformation. You know, that's a propaganda term. They're using leverage against people who disagree with them. This is a very dangerous course the WHO is on. I'm glad we're off the train.
Doc, you talk about misinformation. Inside this kit from the wellness company is ivermectin. You were accused of being basically a witch doctor for offering up this as a treatment to COVID. You have been proven right. They've been proven wrong. And this kit really is proof of all of that. We've had this huge storm in Dallas. You and I are virtually neighbors. Your thoughts about this kit and the need for it in every household?
So valuable. Our patients used it over the course of the storm here. I just got my gate open just this afternoon. So we've been snowed in for 5 days. You know, the bottom line is, 8 essential medications, treats over 30 different illnesses. You know, even the FDA says now we can use ivermectin to treat, a viral infection like COVID-19. The FDA backed down in court on their false claims regarding ivermectin. Wellness company, we take all the controversy out of it, provide the medicines you need, prescribed to you ahead of time, and for a really modest investment. Boy, is this security. You don't want to be trying to get out to a pharmacy during a snowstorm. It's nearly impossible to get to an urgent care or an office because many of them are closed.
Yeah. Many of us, who's ever watching in the Southeast that dealt with this snowstorm, The CVS could be open, but you can't get there, and there's nobody to go pick it up for you. Favor and Uber and all of them are shut down. So having this on hand is a huge deal. And real quick, I saw it on the screen there. Is there the ultimate spike detox to get that spike protein out? Real quick, Doc, 10 seconds. Why?
Very important. It's the only evidence-based, scientifically supported way of handling the vaccine and long COVID, getting the viral spike protein out of the body.
Look, he's a great doctor. He's now a TV guy. I told him 10 seconds, and he nailed it on the nose. The Chief Scientific Officer at the Wellness Company, Dr. Peter McCullough, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Most guests can't do that. I say, hey, last word, 10 seconds. They're gone for 30 seconds. Hey, how do you get Wellness Company products? Do this. Go to twc.health/voice. Check out their full line of wellness and prescription products designed to keep you and your family safe. That's twc.health/voice. Use that promo code VOICE to save 10%. Everybody knows that raising taxes is the best way to... Hold on. So you got to warn me when we're going to be facetious, okay? Because it is not. Taxes is not the way to do it unless you ask Zohran Mamdani. That's next. I'm talking about producers, by the way.
This holiday season, Real America's Voice is proud to partner with our friends at Angel Studios for a special giveaway you won't want to miss. As they launch season 2 of their hit series Homestead, we're giving you the chance to win an exclusive Homestead hat absolutely free. Everyone who becomes an Angel Guild member using our link is automatically entered to the contest. When you join, you're supporting meaningful pro-American storytelling, and you're supporting RAV at the same time. Scan the QR code on your screen right now, or text the word RAVAngel to 75802. After you scan or text, make sure you follow the steps provided. When you complete the steps and join the Angel Guild, you'll be automatically entered to win that exclusive Homestead hat, a perfect holiday gift for yourself or someone you love.
Be one of the first 50 people to sign up and win a hat automatically. Hurry while there's still time.
So scan that QR code or text RAVAngel to 75802. Happy holidays from all of us at RAV.
Patriots, it's time to gear up. Real America's Voice has an entire lineup of merch made just for you.
We got some RAV fans out here.
We watch you every day.
From mugs that start your morning strong to hoodies, hats, t-shirts, pants, vests, flags, and so much more.
Yeah, I noticed it. I mean, that caught my eye big time.
Every piece lets you wear your pride loud and clear. This isn't just merch, it's a movement. When you shop RAV, you're showing the world you're proud to be part of the Real America's Voice family.
God bless Real America's Voice.
So don't wait. Scan the QR code right now or visit realamericasvoice.launchcart.store to shop today.
Thank you, Real America's Voice, for doing true journalism.
Stand tall, be bold, be proud. Represent your voice with Real America's Voice.
It's good to have a real news network out there, so I'm a big fan.
Use code RAVSWAG10 for 10% off.
Real America's Voice rocks.
It's your friend John Rich. I co-founded Old Glory Bank because we heard too many stories about people getting canceled by their bank because they didn't agree with their politics. The government wanted to know where you shop. If you bought a Bible or you shopped at a sporting goods store, you're probably on a list. We created Old Glory Bank because America needed a bank that would protect their privacy and security. Exercising your constitutional rights is not a criminal activity, and neither is loving your country. At Old Glory Bank, we stand with you.
I'm a J6er. I spent 1,143 days in prison.
About a year in prison.
We were prosecuted, persecuted.
J6ers have been treated like terrorists.
And we need your help.
Stand in the Gap was founded to stand in the gap for J6ers working to rebuild their lives after being incarcerated.
For just $10 or more, you can help these patriots get back on their feet again. Every dollar you give is being matched up to $50,000. Go now to j6support.com and donate today.
Theory on this program: never apologize. But I'm going to apologize to the producer crew back there. They put sarcasm in the prompter. I didn't read it, and that was the problem with the tease coming in here about everybody thinks you raise taxes, right, to solve an economic crisis. Not so much Zohran Mamdani, the mayor of New York.
We are speaking about a fiscal crisis at the scale greater than the Great Recession. And so there will not be one single thing that can answer that crisis. It will require us to pursue every single avenue. That means looking inward into savings and efficiencies. That also means raising taxes on the wealthiest New Yorkers and the most profitable corporations.
Hey, all you wealthy New Yorkers, I just want to wave goodbye. I'm sure you'll be leaving New York very soon. That's it.